Mike Owens here, joined today by Loopy Godinez, who returns to action August 3rd, facing Mackenzie Dern in Abu Dhabi. Loopy, always great to sit down and chat. How are things with you today?
Thank you so much for having me.
Big fight. How are your emotions ahead of your return?
Oh, I feel really good. I've been training hard and, it's just another fight. It's really important fight, one of the most important fights in my career. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited to go to Abu Dhabi and yeah, I'm more than ready.
I check your record. It's your first fight outside of North America. I think there's one in Canada and the rest have been in America. So do you like traveling while fighting and getting to see other places? And how do you feel about going to Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, it's a long flight, but I'm excited, as you say, it's the first time I go that far and I'm excited, it's gonna be a new experience, new everything, and I think it's a good thing, I'm pretty good at like adapting to things really quick.
Have you ever been to Abu Dhabi to corner teammates or to watch any of the fights over there, or is it your first time?
No, it's my first time going there.
First time. Whereabouts are you now?
I'm in Guadalajara.
Well, so that's in the Lobo gym, is that right?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
How important has it been for you to move over to that gym, and how much has that improved your game training with the likes of Alexa Grasso, Diego Lopez, and the rest of the guys and girls?
Oh, has improved so much, like just having so many different bodies to train with high level training, and having the coaches we have here is being, it's being amazing addition to my game, and I can see and feel that I have improved so much since I have made the move, and I'm just much happier now, that I'm here.
Is it important for you to train in Mexico?
Yeah, it's important for me. I mean, I'm Mexican. I'm born here. Yes, I live. My family and I had to leave Mexico, but now that I'm back, I'm so happy. To be back in my roots is been amazing.
I've never visited the beautiful country of Mexico, so if I was to make the trip out, where would be the place you would recommend me to go first?
Well, honestly, I will go and visit all the little towns. They're so cool. It's like so much to learn, so many different foods to try, and so much to see.
I love it. I saw a photo on your Instagram, and I think there was a picture of about 10 or 12 girls in the room. You were all training together. There was you, there was Alexa. We sometimes hear in the sport it's difficult for female athletes to get female training partners. So how important is that for you to be able to work with other girls in the room?
Yeah, it's amazing. The energy is great, and having all these different bodies, different styles, um, is so good. And they're all like killers. They're so good. They're all in there to train hard, to get better, and just to help each other. It's been really really nice.
UFC 304 goes down this weekend, guys. Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad, and we have an incredible offer for you from our partners over at DraftKings. Right now, if you're a DraftKings customer, go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and bet $5 on any bet you like, and receive $150 in bonus bets instantly. All you have to do is use promo code INSIDEFIGHTING. Enjoy.
Really nice.
I have to ask because the two things on either side of your arm are really intriguing me. What are they?
They are taking the blood for like the drug testing.
Oh,
But this one, it wasn't bleeding that much, so then they poked my other arm. But these big guns.
looking strong, looking fit and strong. So the drug
Yeah.
testers are here now as we're doing this interview.
Sorry?
The drug testers are here now as we're speaking.
Yes, they're here.
Oh, okay. It makes sense because you've obviously got a massive fight with Mackenzie Dern in just over 2 weeks' time. What do you make of your next opponent?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't understand your accent.
Sorry, my mistake. I have a very strong accent.
Okay.
What do you
Me
make?
too.
What do you make of your next opponent?
Of Mackenzie Dern. Well, she's great. She has a great game on the ground, and she's been around for quite a bit. She's been competing in jiu-jitsu. So, you know, I'm excited to test my skill against her.
I know you can't give away your game plan, but how much of it is stay away from the ground?
You know, I'm not scared to be on the ground with her because I also done jiu-jitsu too, and I also train with high level people, and of course that's not gonna be what it's gonna take. Like I'm not planning to just to be on the ground, right? But like I feel like a lot of my hands are gonna shine.
I did want to ask that. How big do you think the striking gap is between you and Mackenzie?
I think it's a big jump of that. You know, I already had a decent hands, but since I made the move, my hands has improved so much, and I know she's gonna feel it.
What have you seen? She's obviously had a couple of losses. I think her last two are defeats. I think she's lost 4 of her last 6. So a lot of tape there for you to work on with your team and come up with a game plan. What have you seen in those losses that you think you can bring into this fight?
Yeah, you know, I don't want to say. Maybe let's just wait for the fight. You know, there are a lot of key points that I got if I just say it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
Mhm.
sense. Speaking about the division, I think you're ranked number 10. I think Mackenzie's maybe around the 6 or 7 mark. So what do you think a
Mhm.
win over Mackenzie Dern does for you in the division?
Oh, you know, of course it's gonna bring me up. You know, she's a big name, and having a good performance, and having just a dominant performance is gonna bring me higher. You know, no matter what. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for that.
Do you think this is the biggest fight of your career so far?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I have to ask about your last fight as well, because a very close fight against Virna Jandiroba, who's actually back in action on Saturday. How do you reflect
Hmm.
on that last fight?
Yeah, you know, I learned a lot from that fight. It was a little changes in the camp. I was
Mm,
in here in Mexico, and then the tough happened. You know,
mm,
the opportunity happened, so the whole team moved there. And to be honest, I did not. Well, I wasn't having a great time in Vegas. I don't really enjoyed it.
mm.
And but you know, it's okay now. I'm in a better mental space, and it's just good that I'm just in one place. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not just moving around, and yeah, I'm confident, and I'm happy.
Did you enjoy the experience on Tough?
Well, I wasn't on top.
Yeah,
My team was on top.
yeah,
Um I was just continuing my camp.
of course.
They had a great time. They did a great job at the show, and it was good for them, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But it's what it is. That's their experience, and that's things that happens in life, and I'm okay with it. Like, it's okay.
Out of interest, Virna is, as I mentioned, back in action on Saturday night. She faces Amanda Lemos. I think that's number 3 versus number 5. So a big fight in your
Mhm.
division. How do you see that one playing out?
Mm, it all depends where the fight goes. Like, if it goes to the ground, I see Virna, and then if it stays in the feet, I think it will go more for Lemos.
Um, I do have to ask as well, because obviously you've got this massive fight, but then in about 6 weeks' time, we have Noche UFC, which is a massive celebration of Mexican talent. Were you surprised
Mhm.
this fight came through and maybe wasn't on the Sphere card, because it would have made a lot of sense?
Yeah, you say that will make a lot of sense, but at the same time, not really, because like, if you see, like, this is gonna be my first fight in the UFC that I'm in the main card, and like I
Mm,
think they're trying to push us in a different direction. Like, not because they didn't want me to be in Noche. It was just like my path is a little bit different. They're trying to, you know, this is my first like bigger
mm,
event for my like person, for
yeah,
myself. So if we go to Noche, there is so many stars. We have all the
mm.
stars, which obviously that will put me in the like on their cards, right? So yeah, I think it's great. Maybe if I finish quick and I'm healthy, maybe I can fight again in September. Who knows? I'm not really thinking about that, but I don't put it on my brain because I seen that happen. I done it before. So yeah, I'm just here. I'm gonna take my moment. This is my time, and I'm excited for this.
So I guess what you're saying is this is a bigger spotlight moment. You're on the main card against a girl with a big following, a big name in the division that can obviously do a lot for you. Moving up the
Yeah,
rankings.
yeah, 100%.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
It must be nice to be on your first main card.
Yeah,
It's obviously
yeah,
a big moment to move from those prelims, and obviously, as you mentioned, to get that spotlight on a big card out in Abu Dhabi.
yeah, for sure. It's really important, and I'm excited, and it's a great time for me in my career.
Is this one of those opportunities where you can almost build your name with the win over Mackenzie Dern, because she does have a big following in the division? You feel like you get a win over her, you'll gain a lot more fans and a lot more people will be looking at you as a title contender?
Oh yeah, 100%. That's something that will come for sure. Yeah.
I have to ask you about the title because it does feel like Zhang Weili will defend against Tatiana Suarez next. That feels like the right fight. That makes sense. When do you think we see this fight? Because I'm not really hearing many rumors. It feels like everything's gone a little bit quiet at the top of your division.
Yeah, to be honest, I have no idea. I have no idea when that fight will happen, but I think that's the fight that should be next, right?
If that fight does happen, who would you give the edge in that matchup?
Oh, that is hard. We have Tatiana, which is a great wrestler, and she like her finishes, and we have Weili that she's well rounded too, and we have seen her done so good. So, oh, it's a hard pick. It all depends of who's sharper that night, I think.
I know that you said you've done some training over in Las Vegas, and I know that Tatiana is based there. Did your guys' paths ever cross? Did you get any cross training in while you were both training over there?
No. I mean, I see her at the PI and stuff, but we haven't trained together now.
Oh, okay. I have to ask as well, back on the Noche point, because I'm hearing the rumors that the headline is either going to be O'Malley versus Merab or Topuria versus Holloway. Are you surprised that for a Noche UFC, a celebration of Mexican culture, that there mightn't be a Mexican champion as the headline?
Yeah, it's a little bit weird, but they know what they're doing, I'm sure, and they do whatever they want to do. That I'm sure the show is gonna be great. It's gonna turn out amazing, and it's just gonna be great fights.
I presume you'll be there.
Yeah, most likely.
100%. Couple more before I let you go, and thank you so much for the time. Your teammate Diego Lopes has a crazy situation last month. He fights a new opponent on 3 hours notice. I actually didn't know the fight was taking place. I was fast forwarding the recording of the fights because they're obviously late over here, and I'm expecting Brian Ortega to walk out, and suddenly it's Dan Ige. It was a crazy moment. What was that experience like for you to see your teammate go through such an experience?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's 2 weeks with no full fight. The guy that took the fight in 3-4 hours notice is a badass and it's great. But he was scheduled to fight a few weeks later, right?
Yeah.
So like he had already a full training camp. Diego didn't. He took in 2 weeks notice, and that's it. Like he didn't have a fight coming up yet. So that's great. I think you have to take those opportunities in these situations. Yes, it's hard. Yes, yes, it's a risk. Yes, it's a big risk. But if you don't take risk, we wouldn't see what's happening to him. Like it's amazing. I'm so happy for him. He works so hard. I know his story, how he came to Mexico and all of that stuff, and he has done it, and it's amazing to see it happen.
I'm not wishing this to happen to you, but if the UFC come to you on the day of your fight, you're maybe just getting to the arena or you're just leaving to go to the arena, and they say, unfortunately, Mackenzie Dern can't fight, but we have another girl in the top 15 ready to step in, would you do the same?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're already there, I'm
Mm.
not gonna say no. I'm going back to no. Yeah. I think it's the right thing to do. I think.
100%. But last question from me, and thank you so much for your time. You can be as brief or as detailed as you like with this question, but I'd like to know, in a perfect world, give me a walkthrough of the perfect fight day. So I'd like to know what happens in the morning to when you go to sleep at night in a perfect world.
In the perfect world where I go for a walk with my dog, I go training, I come home, I eat, I go again for a walk with my dog, then come home, then go training and go to sleep, eat good food, and that's it.
Sorry, I meant a perfect day on fight day. So on August 3rd.
Fight day.
On August 3rd,
Oh, fight day.
How does that day look?
I sleep in as much as I can. Wake up, eat, sleep some more, eat, and then do my meditation thing that I do and go fight.
I love it. Well, Loopy, thank you so much for the time. Great to see you back in action. Thank you for doing this interview while you're doing your drug test, and it was I really appreciate your time and look forward to seeing you back in action in 2 weeks.
Awesome. Thank you so much.